Welcome to Grapes and Debates, a podcast where we'll uncork some incredible wine and debate varietals of issues within the restaurant industry, one glass at a time.
Episode 108.
Whoa, already?
108
Woo.
episodes. That's 108 weeks of drinking wine.
Doesn't sound terrible.
No,
No, listen, I spent time worse ways.
yeah. Easy for you to say. Chris Botting.
Yes.
Adam Behringer. So Napa Grill founders, business owners.
Yes.
Lifelong friends.
Yeah.
Missing
all
Joe,
of it.
Missing Joe Bates.
Missing Joe Bates.
We've got Todd Kerlin with the Debate Winery. I'm so excited. Grapes and debates, and we got Todd with the debate.
Yeah. Listen, when was the last time we were out there?
been a long time coming.
But yeah, it's been a year.
It's almost a year.
Almost a year.
May
Yeah,
will
yeah.
be a year since we were out there, and I had this grandiose idea of filming on site at the debate tasting room.
Right, we almost
And
had a podcast.
I fucking didn't.
Almost.
I didn't charge the cameras. I don't know what was going on.
Listen, I mean, he made sure we had the wine.
Yeah.
We brought the company. Adam, he just
Yeah.
didn't charge the cameras.
And I said this. I don't know if you agree. The single best sip of wine that I had when we were there was the ultimate debate.
Yes, no, I remember us talking about it when we left.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, geez, just show up. Yeah. Oh.
Camera ready.
Am I
Get on in here.
Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, boys, how we doing?
We're ready to debate.
All
We're
right,
ready to
let's do
debate.
it.
All right.
I think this podcast was actually specially made for this brand, right?
No, yeah.
100%.
I mean, hello.
Yeah. The name
Yeah.
fits.
The
It
name
does,
fits, that's
sure
for
does.
sure.
Well, the truth is that some very good friends, guests of ours, Leslie and John, went out to Napa, and I think they went to, was it AXR? Or no,
7 Apart.
Seven
Yeah,
Apart. And
they're
then
good
they
clients.
asked the people at Seven Apart, hey, where should we go?
Yep.
And they said, go to the Debate Winery. They visited you, then they come back here, and we did a tasting with her. She was the former marketing director for Rosen Properties. And so we just thought it would be kind of neat to have her on. And she goes, oh my God, the debate wines are so good. I didn't even hear the debate. And lo and behold,
She brought you a couple of bottles, right?
debate, yes.
Yeah.
And
Brought a couple of bottles.
this is just it's such a cool packaging. We always get grapes into our glasses and then we'll debate something. But right now, I want to show how cool this packaging is. And it comes in a 3-pack, right?
Correct, yep.
All of them come in a 3-pack?
Yes, they do, except the
the
Ultimate
ultimate.
Debate is a single Magnum.
Yep.
And then,
We have that at the house.
Yeah.
yes. And then
Surprised it
inside
hasn't-
this
I'm surprised
box.
it's made it this long.
Oh my, hang on a second.
Wait.
There's
What?
one missing.
I don't know.
Wait a second. Did something happen at the
Not-
tasting room?
Definitely not during. It wasn't the tasting room and it wasn't shipping. I could tell you that.
Somebody got thirsty.
Someone got there.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm going to set this one down here. Well, actually, we're going to set that over there. We're going to taste that later, and then
Put this over
this
here.
is
Artolade, perfect.
Artolade. I could tell you that of the group last night, when I said, "Okay, Artolade, how many?" Probably about 2 hands went up, 3 hands went up. Then I did Sacrochet, maybe 3 hands went up. When we did the Denali,
Everybody.
the rest of the
Crowd pleaser.
yeah. But I thought first sip, this was the most approachable.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so. Yeah, really pretty wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Denali is definitely your prototypical Napa Valley Cabernet that a lot of people are familiar with, dense and rich
Yes.
and decadent. And, I mean, it's delicious. Like, they're all
Yeah.
great.
Jade, which one did you like?
The third one was the Denali, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that I liked the best.
Okay.
That was. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to unwrap this, and you can see that this bottle is wrapped in newspaper.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. We make 3 different single vineyard Cabernet Francs, 3 different single vineyard Cabernet Sauvignons, and we select approximately 100 news headlines for each of the the wrapping papers for the Cabernets, and then the sleeve that wraps the box.
Okay.
And then we choose 100 different news headlines for our Cabernet Franc in that same way.
So they're always changing.
So they're always different. There's 100 different, 200 different news headlines per vintage.
Okay.
And the news headlines are specific to the vintage of the wine.
Gotcha.
So wine has its own story to tell, and we give you fuel to create debate.
Listen,
Which is great.
it all happens in that bottle. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. We have 2018, January 28th. Roger Federer beats. I can't pronounce
Novak
it.
Djokovic.
No, it was Marcin Cilic at the Australian Open to win his 20th Grand Slam title. What else we have? March 18th, Vladimir Putin is elected to a new 6-year term.
Yeah. See.
March
Sure, it was a
28th.
landslide.
Oh, wait. Who's this?
Okay.
Oh, April 26th. This is a good one. Bill Cosby.
Oh, this is
Found
dirty.
guilty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, man.
All his
So
name
it's
for
the
a
good, the
while.
bad, and the ugly. On
Yeah,
that.
apparently this is. You know what? Let's go for the good.
This is, but we're laughing. So
No, yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
And
Jello pudding pops are never the same.
I will say I love the cork on.
Artolade.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about the art? Because I was looking,
Certainly.
I couldn't find the Artolade vineyard. I was looking through the maps.
Yep.
I mean, I know about Beckstoffer.
Right.
I know about Pritchard Hill, Howell Mountain.
Yeah. Some.
Do you know where
story.
Artolade is?
No, I have no idea. But those
You're
other
about
ones,
to
there's
find
very
out.
Storied.
it's a great property. The Artolade name is proprietary.
Okay.
It's part of the Montagna estate. So Montagna is up on Pritchard Hill. So we call this wine Artolade Montagna. And Artolade stems from the names of 3 of the children of our owners.
Okay.
So Jean, our winemaker and owner, has 2 older sons, Arthur and Alex. Rob, who is our other proprietor, has a daughter named Ade. So Arthur, Alex, and Ade created Artolade. So we call it Artolade Vineyard. We call it Artolade Montagna Vineyard, whatever you want to call it. But it's up on Pritchard Hill, about 1,300 feet in elevation,
Wow.
kind of across the street from Brand, right next to kind of by David Arthur. Some of the best vineyards.
The
in
Rodeo
valley.
Drive of
And
Napa
it was
Valley.
actually called it was called the Rodeo Drive of Napa Valley. Wine Spectator said that I don't know how
Wow.
many years ago, but yeah, exactly. So good pull there, Adam.
Yeah, like,
But yeah, delicious. Because it's higher elevation, there's a tiny bit of restraint on this wine, but it's really, really pretty. These vines, in 2018, were probably about 10 years old at this point, so
Okay.
I wouldn't call them young vines, but being up on the hillside, tougher growing conditions, you could say that these are younger vines, but really, really pretty. 100% Cabernet.
Love that color.
and I'm telling you, for those of you that are listening and not watching, this is a deep red.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's almost opaque. So something that interesting that our winemaker Jean Hoffliger is our winemaker, one of our proprietors. We started in 2010. He is Swiss, worked in Bordeaux and worked at Lynchbage, which obviously is a very famous house in Bordeaux. And something that he kind of brought with him to Napa is barrel fermentation. So you'll see a lot of winemakers using barrel fermentation for their wines. Maybe not necessarily 100% barrel fermentation. It's very laborious and tedious. So, but that's what we do with all of our Cabernets and Cabernet Francs. Is these are all fermented directly in a barrel, 55,
Hands-on.
60-gallon barrel, completely hands-on. So
Yeah.
we always get tons of extraction of color and tannins, but it's all really integrated with the oak. So you're getting tannins from the skins mostly, oak of course. But everything's so softly integrated. So these wines tend to be approachable early, but they have such longevity to them, and the color extraction that we get is really incredible. So, but
You know who told us they do barrel fermentation? Steve Reynolds.
oh yeah,
Reynolds. He says that's all he does.
yeah, it's great. Yeah, that's awesome. He's got those large oak kind of tanks that he uses too.
Yeah, I think he patented them.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So good.
Yeah, this is
Right?
nice.
I could feel my teeth getting red.
It's a good day.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great
It's
day.
a good day. When somebody's been wine tasting all day. When It's a successful day when they come back and the outside of their lips or the corners of their mouth are red.
Yep.
They're slurring their words, maybe.
Right.
Successful
Most
day.
definitely. Yeah. Yep. A very successful day.
That's going to be about 6:30 in Ormond.
So how long have you been with the debate?
So I've been with the debate since 2020. So I started kind of in the thick of COVID. I started in July of 2020. At that time, there was really nothing going on as far as visitation is concerned. We didn't even have a place to necessarily call our home in Napa as far as visitation is concerned. So we started kicking out all these virtual tastings, which I'm sure you guys have, have probably participated in. And that really started to get our name out there. But, in 2020, we were still, under the radar. And even though we started in 2010, we were still kind of under the radar. We only produced Cabernet for the first 5 vintages. And then in 2016, we started to kind of evolve and grow because we introduced single vineyard Cabernet Francs to the lineup. So we grew from essentially 3 wines to 7 in total with those 3 Cabernet Francs and then the ultimate debate, which you're familiar with, which is a blend that encompasses all 6 vineyards. And it's really the best wine that we can make from that vintage. And we wanted to, put it in a Magnum as our sort of flagship wine, and it's you could say it's a celebratory bottle. But what pisses you off more is when you get to the bottom of a 750 milliliter bottle, and it was the best sip that you had, and you don't have any more. So we bottle something that's really
I've been there.
Exclusive, small production. We bottle it in Magnum, so it's something that you can have 2 glasses of with friends.
Yeah.
It's really just a fantastic wine.
And a Magnum really should be just for 2 people, not one. I mean, I
Yeah,
learned that the hard way.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, 100%. And we, so in 2010, Jean had a great relationship with Andy Beckstoffer Vineyards. So we made Cabernet from Beckstoffer Missouri Hopper, Beckstoffer Toklon, and Beckstoffer Dr. Crane. Really prized vineyards in the valley. And so really, those wines were exceptional. In 2016, when we sort of pivoted, we pivoted to higher elevation vineyards, hillside vineyards. So each of our 3 Cabernets in this 2018 lineup come from hillside vineyards on the eastern side of the valley.
Okay.
So starting with the highest is the Archuleta, which we're tasting now.
Right.
And then we kind of moved down the hillside to Rutherford, Sacre Vineyard.
Sure.
And then the last wine, the wine that we'll try is Denali Vineyard, and that's in St. Helena. So what do you get from hillside versus valley floor? Well, typically hillside's going to be rockier. You have multiple soil variations within the valley. That's what makes Napa so special. One of the reasons it's so special. But we get much smaller yields up there because those grapevines, those root systems, are having to fight through rock essentially to find water, right?
Yeah.
And we water as little as possible, create more concentration.
Right. The struggle is good.
Yes.
The struggle is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more we struggle, the better we get.
That's true.
Yeah.
The more
Well said.
interesting we become. So kind of look at that as the same with grapes. My personal preference is those small, low yielding, high character vineyards.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's some killer properties down the valley floor, but. So we started with these 3 vineyards and again introduced Cabernet Franc to the lineup, and Cabernet Franc for the longest time in the valley was really looked at as a blending grape. Fantastic blending grape, and I don't think it was really put in a position to really showcase how beautiful Cabernet Franc can be, but we wanted to do that and do something a little bit different. So kind of the same formula with our 3 single vineyard Cabernet Sauvignons, we've done the same with Cabernet Francs. We showcase 3 different really site-specific vineyards of Cabernet Franc to show how beautiful and amazing Cabernet Franc can be, and really expressing the site, the terroir, all the sort of environmental influence that goes into growing grapes. But it's also, terroir involves the people that are involved, the people that are pruning, the people that are harvesting, and then of course the
stewards of the land.
side.
Yeah.
That's all part of the terroir, man. It really is. It's just like a
You know
chef.
about that. That's like terroir.
Yeah, I know terroir.
Yeah.
I'm a
I know you're a big terroir person.
Yeah,
I could tell.
I did learn that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I remembered that when I heard it, and I was like, "Oh yes, the terroir."
It's a fancy French word, but at the end of the day, listen, wine is held in this high regard, but it's meant to be shared, right? And that's kind of the way we look at our brand and the name, the debate, where it really stems from is, gosh, we're always on these things, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's heads down. We're busy. We don't take enough time to sit down and enjoy conversation collectively with people that we love the most. So we try and say, listen, wine's the perfect vehicle, right? It cultivates connection, relationships, and it allows you to just relax a little bit. You know, at the end of the day, there's nothing really better than having a glass of wine, right?
Now, so it's debate, okay, are the best wines from this vineyard, this vineyard, this vineyard? And it was kind of interesting because we did the tasting yesterday, and two people said, no, the Artelade is the best, and then another two people said Sacre, and then 7 people like Denali. I mean, but it was, you could debate why each one of them was good, and then the conversations turned a little bit like, well, you know what? I think the Sacre with this lamb meatball is actually, that's one of the best pairings we had. I mean, so it's kind of debating.
100%, man.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, the conversations that I had across the table, I tried to talk to everybody, and some are like, I want this, I want the Artelade by itself.
Yes.
I want to have the Sacre with this type of food, like to your point, or the Denali. And a lot of people were like, "Gosh, not that you need fireplaces in Florida, but I could see myself sitting by the fireplace drinking this Denali just by itself." Again, I always described it as decadent. And,
right here at 2:30 in the afternoon is not bad.
No, it's not.
There you go.
It's a close second.
Yeah.
Close second.
Yeah, exactly. What do they say? You can't drink wine all day if you don't start in the morning, or whatever it is.
But drinking wine like this is it's exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
thanks,
is.
man. I think the wines are really, really high quality, and we're starting to get our name out there a little bit more. I mean, and you guys, gosh, you guys have been amazing. We've known each other for a year.
Yeah,
so we've become fast friends, and
We have.
And honestly, like that's what it's about, right? Like, I think we'll be friends forever now.
Sure.
As far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned, right? So
Sharing great wines,
yeah,
good
man.
times.
That's kind of the point. There's a lot of serious shit that's going on in the world right now, and
Right.
you can sit down and have a great glass of wine, have a
Right.
great conversation, and we give you
A
all
light
the,
debate or a heavy
color,
debate,
yeah.
as long as you have the debate.
100%.
And again, we're going to do a tasting tonight at our Ormond location, and we're going to try the Artelade, the Sacre, the Denali. We're going to try all 3 of them again. We're going to have a light food to go with it. And when we were out there, Cab Francs, to me, were kind of the hottest thing in the valley. You had some of the best.
Thanks.
And
The
it was
best.
the best. What I'm looking forward to, though, is the fact that you're telling me you've got 2 more lines coming out. So why don't you mention those? Or let's tease those.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're about to release our first white wines under the debate. So with the Cabernet Francs and Cabernet Sauvignon, it's always been focused on 3 different vineyards to, again, showcase the terroir of those 3 different vineyards. But all of those wines are made the exact same way, so we can really emphasize and give that sense of place to the wines. With the Sauvignon Blancs, we're choosing one site, but we're making the Sauvignon Blanc in 3 different ways. So we have one that's called the Scholar. That is your kind of classic stainless steel fermented, crisp, fresh, lively, bright Sauvignon Blanc. Second one that we're calling the Rebel is skin macerated. So we just allow the skins to, as you can understand, sort of
just
macerate
sit,
in the juice for a little bit, provides texture, some creaminess. Really, really interesting, a little bit more wild. And then the Diplomat is our third, that is whole cluster. So you get a little bit of sort of vinous stem quality, herbaceousness, more savoriness. So this is really showcasing Sauvignon Blanc.
So will these
the
be
variety of
hillside
Sauvignon
fruits
Blanc.
as well?
This is actually down on the
Valley floor, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is down the valley
Yeah,
floor.
that's where but Sauvignon.
Sauvignon Blanc does
That'd
really,
be
really
good.
well.
Best,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a really beautiful vineyard just north of the town of Napa. So really excited to launch that. And then secondarily, we have another sort of segment of wines that we're calling the Negotiation. So it falls right in line, of course, the debate, the negotiation. And the negotiation will focus on blends. So our first vintage, 2023, will release in June. A really cool, label that makes you think.
Okay.
But that is, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Merlot blend. And then our next vintage we're actually going to create two. One is going to be called the left, and one is going to be called the right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm liking it. Talk about debate.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So-
you're reading this 20.
The left references the left bank of Bordeaux, and the right represents the right bank of Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing to do with politics.
But again, if you can't laugh and can't have fun,
Yeah,
make fun
right.
of yourself, then hey. you
Right.
know,
Right,
then
right.
what's
You're not drinking the
point?
right wine.
Exactly. You're not drinking enough.
Jeez Louise,
Yeah.
there's so much going on in 2018.
Oh, listen, there's just on the nose. This is just a little different. I mean,
Yep.
it's just a little.
Yep.
I'm even without tasting it, a little
yeah.
drier, a little.
It definitely is more, I would say, kind of opulent. You know,
Yeah.
it really jumps out of the glass, and maybe even a little bit darker.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's the one you had yesterday you liked.
I know, that's what I've really brought me back. You know?
But yeah, you tell me what you taste. I mean, that's the whole. Again, that's sort of the whole point of this. Is
I'm
you
getting
tell me
definitely
what
getting
you
that
taste.
really ripe, mature
Yes.
Yeah.
fruit.
Man, but the
Just a-
characteristics I'm not going to say they're subtle. I think there's a big shift here
Do you?
between these two wines.
I almost think this is. Do you think it's smoother, or do you? I don't think it's as tannic. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
was-
we're moving closer to what I think a California cab really
Yeah,
is.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Napa.
Napa
like
Valley Cab, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Not so much
Yeah,
mountain fruit.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely
this-
a Napa.
Yeah, this sits, it's like 500-600 feet. So it's not, it's right above Joseph Phelps, the family that owns this property. They make a little bit of wine themselves, or Jean makes their wine. So that gives us kind of access to this property. But it's a really spectacular vineyard, and I think the fruit that comes off of this property, yeah, it's a little bit more opulent, a little bit more, I guess ripe is the word that
Yeah.
Adam used,
Are these,
right?
and they're both 2018?
These are 2018s. These are both 100% Cabernet, both 100% barrel fermented.
Yeah.
Again, made the exact same way.
And how many cases approximately do you think you use?
Sure. So because we just added on the Sauvignon Blanc of
Right.
the red wines, we're making about 650 cases in total.
Wow.
So
Oh, wow.
anywhere from 70 to 75 cases of the Cabernet,
Yeah.
each of the Cabernet Franc. So let's just call that, 225 cases of
Okay.
Cab Franc.
Speak up now. Get your case.
Yeah, 100%. And then of the Cabernets, just slightly more.
Yeah.
And then that
Yeah.
ultimate debate, we bottle 50 cases of Magnums. That's 300 Magnums. So
Wow.
tiny, tiny.
Okay.
And
We had somebody just walk in who owns one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Hello there. Good.
Wow.
Yeah, you too.
Maybe that'll make its way to dinner tonight.
But yeah, we're always gonna remain. We want to remain small to a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
Focus primarily on direct to consumer sales.
Yes.
So direct sales. We do have a tiny bit of wholesale presence, but not huge. We're probably, at this point, 80 to 90% direct, and
Right.
Yes.
10,
I like
10
that.
to 20%
And
wholesale.
when we knew you were coming here, and I reached out to the distributor,
Yeah,
I said, "What do you have in stock?" He says, "I've got a 3-pack.
yeah,
Wow.
One 3-pack.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. So we had to order direct
So
from
made
Todd.
it happen. Yeah, made it happen. Here
Yeah.
we are. Yeah, no, this, in 2018, just to get back to the wine for a second, 2018 is such a great vintage. You talk to winemakers, that have been making wine in the valley for the past, 20, 30 years. I mean, 18 is right towards the top, right?
So what do you think made the 2018?
It's all about weather.
Weather.
Yeah.
It's all about weather. What makes or breaks a vintage, if you will. There's some manipulation, and I don't mean that in a bad way that you can do. And it's really all about farming, right? That's what it's as cliche as it sounds. It's all about farming.
Yes.
So 2018 was just a fairly even weather year. No crazy heat spikes. We
Spikes
had
or-
a little
yeah.
bit of warm weather, but long methodical ripening, maturing season. So when you're bringing in just prime fruit, you can't mess it up.
Yeah.
You shouldn't mess it up.
Yes.
If you do, then you should not be making wine. But 2018, 2019, 2021, 2023, 2024. We're very lucky. For
Now
the
they're saying
most part.
23 was one of the.
Amazing.
Yeah.
amazing. Kind of similar, long growing season. I mean, we didn't pick some of our Cabernet Franc until November because we didn't have to.
Okay. Wow.
So the longer you leave it on the vine,
Sure.
the more
it develops.
terroir-driven those wines are, right? They really get.
Terroir.
It builds character.
I'm just gonna keep throwing that word out.
I know.
I literally learned it the other day, and I was
By Michael.
And
Michael's awesome.
tannins. I learned that one too.
That's like the grippiness on the side.
like the way it makes your tongue dry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Did you find a headline that you thought was good? Well, with that, there's got to be
There was
some.
one. It said the first woman in Saudi Arabia legally drives a car.
2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
See?
Yeah,
There
that
you go.
one. Woman legally drives car in Saudi Arabia for the first time.
Yeah, you thought that was pretty funny. Maybe because they seen some of the women here driving.
And they're like, you know what? We're gonna hold off on that
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Hold off on that debate.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to revisit here.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Why the heck not?
Ooh, largest state to California becomes the largest state to legalize cannabis for recreational use.
Heck yeah.
How about that?
2018.
Awesome.
Ahead of
Boom.
their time.
Yeah.
I think they were doing it a long time before that.
Yeah, they sure were.
Yes.
It's never
Yes,
frowned.
they
Never
were.
frowned. It hasn't been frowned upon for a long time.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on here.
Yeah.
So anything else you can talk about? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's a really interesting time in the wine business right now. There seems to be a lot of Debbie Downers talking about how tough the wine industry or what the wine industry is facing is really
Yes,
really difficult
experiencing.
right now. Sure,
Yeah.
which I understand. I mean, you can stand still and get caught, or you can keep moving and keep working. Right.
Right.
So that's
Create your own
that's
growth.
what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're evolving and continuing to grow as much as we can. There's a lot of R&D. We're something that I haven't really talked too much about, but since we talked about it at lunch, we're actually expanding into Texas, and we're creating a Texas.
Now, hang on a
wine
second.
brand.
We're really focused. So Napa, Sonoma County, Napa Valley, so Napa. This is almost blasphemy, but we're gonna let you go with it. We're providing you a little bit of rope here.
I'll keep it brief because it's
yeah.
still, we're putting shovels in the ground soon, but we're opening a debate tasting room down in the Hill Country in Texas. And Jean has been consulting in Texas for quite some time, so it's going to be interesting. This is a pivot for us.
Yep.
Our heart and soul is always going to be Napa. Don't get me wrong. Our heart and soul is always going to be Napa, and we plan to continue to grow in Napa. But yeah, it's a blossoming wine country, a wine industry, I should say, in that Hill Country. So stay tuned.
That'll be interesting to see.
You've gotta
As
take
good as
chances.
these wines are,
Yeah.
he's got to know something.
Yeah.
He's got to know something.
He's got to know something.
Yeah, I mean, he talks a lot, but he knows.
No, I'm just saying, if you're gonna take the debate name and how good these wines are and the brand that you've created,
Yes.
and now you're gonna do DD.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be really.
No growth without risk.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think that if you get the chance to come out to Napa, you're gonna see me if you come to visit the debate, and it's a really relaxed tasting. We don't have some glamorous estate. You guys have been there. We are located in downtown St. Helena inside a historical house that was built in the early 1900s.
Yep.
Just a very comfortable, relaxed tasting, which is what it should be.
Yes.
Great storytelling, great friendships are made.
Yeah.
Everybody that leaves, I mean, we become fast friends.
You were right around the
it's
corner for
genuine.
Anna's Cantina.
Yeah, we are.
That's
We sure
a good
are.
watering hole
Yeah.
in St. Helena.
Yeah,
Never been.
absolutely.
You guys get like a younger
I've walked home
crowd
from
at
there
all?
a couple times.
Yeah.
Can, I mean, that's a good question
Yeah.
because it's definitely a demographic that I think Napa Valley has been trying to generate business from for quite some time. It was, I started working in the business, 20 years ago, roughly.
Right.
And we were always like, oh, how do we attract millennials? How do we attract millennials? And now it's the next generation. How do we attract the next generation?
And I think that's the wrong thinking and the wrong mentality, and it should be really thinking. And this is just me throwing this out there to all you wine owners, wineries. It should be younger people are not going to be drinking this wine.
Correct.
One, you can't afford it. Two, I don't think your palate has matured to the point that you're going to enjoy a dry cab, tannins, especially on the American diet of McDonald's and Cokes, but I think once you get into your 30s, you get your first house, you're really your foundation is set with the job you have now. What the wine industry needs to do is make sure that they are jumping into wine and, maybe getting away from the cannabis.
Sure. Yeah, I think that. I mean, the beverage business has changed so much.
Sure.
There's so many RTDs out there now.
Yeah.
You walk into your local, whatever, Bevmo or Total Wine or whatever. I mean,
Yep.
how many? I mean, there's rows of RTDs, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many different options.
RTD, ready to drink.
Ready to drinks. Yeah. So to your point, Adam, I'm in agreement with you. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Wine is a lifestyle.
That's it.
RTDs aren't a lifestyle. RTDs
You need to
are
win
just
the
simple
table.
pleasure,
Yeah.
Right.
You need to win the table.
100%.
Yeah.
So we can attract a certain clientele that's younger, for sure. I mean, we try and create a
don't
great
discount
experience.
them.
No,
Yeah.
100%. I mean,
Right.
we market to everybody.
Yes.
And again, wine is so conversational. So while I may get some guests coming that are in their 20s or early 30s, and they may buy a 3-pack from me every 2 years. Hey, that's great.
Sure.
I mean,
It's a
I'm always
special
encouraging everybody to tell their friends, bring friends.
Yeah.
We have a sort of a wine club, and for a while we've had some young 30s, and one gentleman would always bring people, and I would always encourage it.
Yeah.
And again, you don't need to buy $5,000 from me right off the bat. I'd rather buy
Jen, did you hear that? Jennifer Botting. Did you hear that? You don't have to buy.
Although Kevin likes hearing stuff like that.
Let him know.
I mean, if you do, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
But
And do it next time, and then
Yeah.
the next time. But
Do it this afternoon at about 5:30.
Exactly. But just getting our wines in front of people, that's my main goal.
Yeah.
you
and
can't
just
pick your audience, but you certainly can create them.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, and that's
I like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and that's been a big strategy for me and for us over the past essentially 5 years, right? So I think we've really grown our customer base, and I think wine. Again, wine's always like part of the meal and should
Yeah.
be treated like it's food and should never be intimidating.
No.
It should always be fun and friendly,
Absolutely.
and I mean, we've been laughing half the time. So like,
Yeah.
how awful is this, right?
Listen, I did.
And Jade, you brought your boyfriend. We can say that on air.
Yes.
Tommy, you're dating Jade now.
Yes, Tommy,
Okay.
he knows.
Oh, he knows he's dating you?
Yeah.
He-
Yes, he knows.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm not a creeper.
yeah. And now, but he was there last night.
Yeah, he actually really enjoyed it. He's a wine drinker, but
He liked the Sacre.
He did like the Sacre.
Yeah, he did.
He was really stoked about it. He started with the Sauvignon Blanc from the bar, but then he came in and he really tried the wine because I always talk to him. I'm like, hey, like what we do is we talk about wine, the culture of wine. And he's like, okay. I'm like, perfect. Yeah, you got this. And he's like, all right, sounds great. And so he really got to see what goes into winemaking. Your presentation was great, and he was like, wow, that's actually really cool. And I was telling him about the new lingo I learned, and he's like, what? I was like, yeah, it was really fun. It was explaining it to him. His buddy missed it because he was doing something, I don't know. But I really wanted them to come and see what it was all about too, because it's such a cool experience, and everybody's super nice, but getting to know the people and getting to hear the stories, like you said, it's not just a drink, it's a culture.
Right, yeah.
And people should understand that you sip it with certain foods, and what side of the mountain was it grown on?
Right.
You're like, what way was the wind blowing in November of 2018? So
Well, that's very true, though.
Yeah.
No, it's all right.
cool.
All about the story. It's
Yeah.
all about
Yeah.
everything that from
Yeah.
from first budding to crush to
Yeah.
I mean, it's once we have bud break, it's like game on, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
right.
I mean, we all become meteorologists.
And that's kind of
essentially.
May, right? Bud break is in May, or
Bud break has happened.
Is
It's-
it?
It's typically in March.
Oh, March, okay.
Or early April, depending on how much cold weather we have,
Sure.
how much water, how much rain we get. This is maybe slightly earlier, but I mean, shoot, I look at my notes, I kind of keep track of it weirdly. And last year was kind of around the same time.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
you still have a long way to go.
we still have a long way to go. So, but Yeah, we have bud break, then we have flowering, and then it's really
Maybe,
game on because and typically you have something that is called shatter. That happens in many different sides of agriculture. It can happen in lemon trees, oranges, and whatever. But basically, what happens is if it gets cold or if it gets wet, moisture gets inside of the flower bud, and then that flower bud just dies. So you lose a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's kind of nature's way of just thinning the crop without us having to kind
Culling
of
of the
manually
herd.
do it,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
So.
See how
So it's
cool
not a
it
bad thing. So we'll probably get a little bit of shatter because I'm assuming that we'll still get rain. Hopefully, knock on wood, we still get some rain. But we've had an unseasonably
Dry.
warm and dry kind of late winter,
Gotcha.
early spring.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to what. Who knows? I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Right, what
another
Mother
rock
Nature
star
brings,
vintage. Yeah,
right?
it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. I mean, and of course during harvest time, starting in September or late August, depending, it's always
How early or
such
how
great
late.
energy.
Yeah.
And it's such an exciting
So
time.
cool.
Well, we're looking forward to the tasting tonight. A little bit of food to go along with the
Yeah,
wines.
yep.
I think we got there's going to be about 12. It's going to be more of an intimate tasting for people to get to know you.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be fantastic for us. And as we end all of our podcasts, Barbara Smith, taste, toast together.
All right. Here we go.
She gets mad if we don't taste toast together.
Gotcha.
Barbara Smith.
Barbara.
Thanks for doing this.
How fun.
Listen, thanks for being here.